Hey guys, welcome to the first episode in our look at Help the Poor by Robben Ford, or Robben Ford's version of it. So today we're just going to be looking at literally a quick run through of the first chorus and some introduction to the actual tune itself. So the tune was originally made famous by B.B. King, which is why I got one of these, and it's on his Live at the Regal album, and then also the LA Midnight, which is the famous one where he actually plays some guitar, because weirdly he doesn't play very much guitar on the version that's on Live at the Regal. So played on an ES335, probably through a Fender Twin that was taking the face off of everyone in the front row, I would have thought, and probably deafening the rest of the band members as well. The song itself was written by Charlie Singleton, just for you nerds out there. And it's a 32-bar measure, so it's not a 12-bar blues, which is kind of weird because you would have thought, oh, it's going to be a 12-bar blues being B.B. King. But it's a 32-bar measure, so it's more kind of closer to like a pop song format or a jazz format from that time. But just looking at the music here, the structure is kind of like 8 bars for the verse, 8 bars for the second verse, and then there's a bridge as well, and then another verse. So it's like A-A-B-A. So like, you know, quite a lot of jazz tunes. And when I say A-A-B-A, I don't mean the chords A-A-B-A. I mean, I'm talking about what are called rehearsal marks. So they're just ways of denoting the structure of the tune. So verse would be A, and then any kind of change, so whether it's chorus or bridge, we'd call that the B section. So the tune is fairly simple. G minor 7, D minor 7, A minor 7. So okay, that's like BB's version of it, and he kind of mostly kind of stays up here with his classic first finger vibrato. In his the B.B. King kind of blues box area, he stays up here for his solo most of the way through, to be honest. So let's get on to Robben Ford's version. So, as if by magic, I have my Telecaster, the wonders of editing. So, Robben Ford version that we're going to look at, that's what we're looking at in this video, not the B.B. King version. The Robben Ford version is interesting for the fact that he's added in a lot more chords into it. So the chords that he's added in: E minor 9, B flat 9, and A7 sharp 5. Okay, so more kind of fusion bass chords, which kind of lines up with the history of Robben Ford anyway, what he'd done prior to this album. This album's pretty traditional. Apart from the sound of it, it's really dated. It's not really particularly my taste in terms of how it sounds, but the playing is amazing. So it's kind of drenched in chorus and reverb and stuff. But definitely do take a listen to the album, because it is definitely a seminal album to demonstrate really good blues phrasing and harmonic vocabulary. So the chords that he uses definitely come from his background. E minor 9, B flat 9, and A7 sharp 5. Those chords sound like this. So E minor 9, and then B flat 9, and then A7 sharp 5. Okay. So over the top of those chords there, you'll hear what he uses, and we'll talk about it as it kind of comes in. But the one that is the most interesting is, what the hell do you do over an A7 sharp 5? So we will come to, you know, the more kind of tasty side of that in the next chorus, but essentially we're looking at jazz vocabulary on this. So we're looking at the A altered scale, which is the B flat melodic minor, but starting on the note of A, so starting on the 7th note, so that's the 7th mode. So a little bit of modalism coming in here. Okay, so let's get started by looking at the first go around the chorus. So we'll see me play it through all the way through, and then we'll break it down. Okay, so looking at the first phrase that he plays, the opening lick, and then the next 3 bars after that. So his opening lick. Now, that is purely D minor pentatonic, with a little blues curl from the minor third, the F, into F sharp. Not quite into F sharp though. It's kind of like it's what we call a quarter tone bend. So it's not quite a semitone. And then he's got some vibrato on that. There. Okay, so relatively slow. And then the next part. So there again, some vibrato. Here he actually starts in the 9th and then bends it up to the minor third. So that's more kind of fusion jazz based. And then back to blues there. And then here a nice little run up. Purely pentatonic there. Okay, and then some more of the 9th. And he bends again into the F, and then again some more bluesy stuff there. Now that's kind of like it's B.B. King, isn't it? Really, what he's doing there, and then that stuff there. Kind of almost reminds me of like David Gilmour, like Another Brick in the Wall solo there. And then here, what he's doing on this one, this is over the top of the B flat 9 chord. I guess kind of BB again. He's kind of really channeling B.B. King there. That sounds like what is it, like Biker Grove or something like that, I think, or maybe somebody can that reminds me of something. Bit of a tangent there, sorry, but that reminds me of like an old theme tune. Maybe somebody can enlighten me as to what that is. Now here he's outlining the B flat 9. Okay, and then opening into the next one. Oops. Tricky little line, that one, but we'll look at that one on the next one. So, things to take away from this. Mostly he's kind of playing on this section in pentatonic with, some blues curls here and there from the minor third up into the major third, and then also, a couple of blue notes here and there as well. Mostly he avoids the E minor 9 to A7 sharp 5. He doesn't really reference it at all on this kind of go through of that chord sequence. But he does definitely describe the B flat 9. So there's a nice little lick there for you to learn, and maybe try and move into other keys and in other positions to make sure that you can use it elsewhere as well. But things to take away from this is his absolutely immaculate phrasing on this. You can hear it's like a conversation. There is so much space in this. He is not playing over everything. And he's not feeling the need to reference every single chord. So in your own playing, these are things to take away from this solo. Once you've learned it, try playing over the backing track on your own, but maybe using a couple of licks from Robben Ford as like little checkpoints, I like to call them, but mostly try and improvise yourself using your own creativity over the top of it. But just, maybe try and think a little bit like a horn player. Hold your breath. And then when you need to take that breath, then that's when you need to stop playing with your fingers. And that's a really good way of doing it. to try and force phrasing, because horn players always really have good phrasing just because of the fact that they literally have to breathe and they can't play anymore. So it stops you from being, you know, too much of a fret whittler. Anyway, have fun. Let me know if you need the backing track. I can message it or email it to you. And I'll see you on the next episode, which will be next Friday.